Alright, hi there everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If more people will join later, hopefully they will. So today I wanted to have an ultra reading session with everybody here online. Um, if you're not familiar with ultra reading, it's something that my eight-figure earner mentor, he taught me in this limitless group that I'm a part of. And well, I guess I should introduce myself. Um, by the way, this is my first webinar. I've never done this before, so I'm sorry if I'm jumping all over the place. And I apologize in advance for any coughing fits that may occur during this video because these allergies in Las Vegas are really getting the best of me. Excuse me. My voice may also cut in and out as well. Okay, so let's begin with. I'm going to show you my personal development books that I have. I have Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. I have The Motivation Manifesto by Brendon Bouchard. And I have Think and Grow Rich, also by Napoleon Hill. So with ultra reading, it's basically kind of like speed reading, very similar to speed reading. It's, how to explain it? When you ultra read, you want to grab a book and you want to set an intention first, and you want to have that intention before you begin to read that book. And so you'll pick a book, like right here I have Think and Grow Rich. Now just looking at the title, it says, Think and Grow Rich. So obviously I'm going to be getting something out of here having to do with wealth. Right down here on the bottom it says, your big opportunity may be right where you are now. So reminds me of something else that I learned, that everybody here on this earth has the same opportunities, and you just have to find them, and you just have to realize that they're there, and then once you do, you got to do something about it. So if I open up this book, I just go right to the table of contents here. There's things like desire, faith, decision, persistence, imagination, all sorts of things. So just looking at that, I figured, okay, well, I'm going to learn how to have faith in these things. I'm going to use my imagination. I'm going to have to decide something. I'm going to have to be persistent. I'm going to have to really go for it and go after it. So my intention with this book is that I want to learn how to think like the wealthy think. I want to grow in that thinking, and I want to be able to grow in myself and be able to use that to generate wealth one day. So along with just setting an intention and actually reading the book, you also want to have these books placed around you. Something that Mark teaches is that not only to have books that you can use to learn things from, but also to place them. He says things like to eliminate purge dead books. So you're going to get rid of books that you have no need for, but you also want to place other books around. Okay, so we only have about 15 minutes left or so. So if you have your books with you, I see I have somebody on here. Okay, in case you weren't here earlier, I've never done this before, so I can't. If you want to use the chat, then you can communicate with me. But other than that, I can't really get you on video or anything like that. So just go ahead and follow along with me. So I have these 3 books. And we are going to spend 5 minutes in each book. Now, as you ultra read, what you want to do is you want to open it up just to a random page, any page, after setting an intention. And you want to just kind of scan and look for things in the book that you can apply to your life right now. So things like, let's see, I can find something. For motivation's sake, we must be vigilant and surround ourselves with genuine and positive people who seek positive aims with positive attitudes. So right there, just opening up this book, it took me like 2 seconds to find a quote right there where Brendan Burchard teaches that you need to surround yourself with good people, and that when you surround yourself with those good people, they'll add to your life and it'll make your life better. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes right now, and we are going to do this. So I want to make sure you understand exactly what we're doing. Okay, so when I set this timer, you're going to pick up your book and you're just going to scan. And you can go through the table of contents at first if you want to and set an intention, kind of get an idea of what you want to get out of that book. And then you're going to open up that book and then you're going to scan your pages and you're going to look for things that you can apply directly into your life today, at this moment, as soon as you read it. Things that'll make you probably have an aha moment or something that'll make you realize that you need to have a different way of thinking or maybe change your way of thinking as you read it. Okay, so ready, go. Alright, 5 minutes are up. Turn off. Oh my goodness. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to mention that is very important is that when you are reading these books and you're doing alt reading, it doesn't matter at all if you don't understand a word that you're reading. It's okay if you skip lines, if you skip paragraphs. You're not supposed to read word for word. Just scan and just pick up what you pick up. For me, just going through this one book, I went into the part where it was talking about freedom, that it's really important that we have freedom, and that it's really important that we are free, and that we need. I'm sorry, somebody's over at the door. Okay. I lost my train of thought. Okay, that is, as individuals, as human beings, we need to have our own freedom, and we need to be able to what's the word I'm looking for, to exercise the rights of that freedom, and that it's not good to be controlled. That there are a lot of countries and places like that that like to control people, and controlling isn't good. That it's important for us to have our freedom. And of course, it goes deeper into that. But through scanning, I can go back and I can look at that just to understand it a little bit more. But understanding that freedom is important, I think, is very important. So now we're going to move to our next book. Okay, I'm going to go to Think and Grow Rich. So go ahead and pick up whichever book you want to read. Okay, so we're going to start. Ready, go. I should have closed that window. All right, time's up again. So I'm hoping that you'd be able to use this chat, but I'm not entirely sure that you'd be able to connect to it. So if you want to connect with me at all, feel free to use my Facebook. Just message me on there, and we can chat on it. Maybe. Anyway, hopefully with time I will get better with this. But in this next book, Think and Grow Rich, I started out kind of with the introduction, and he was talking about how, anything that's worth going after, it all starts with a thought. Any achievement, any dream that somebody has had, and anything that somebody has accomplished, all started with a thought, and that those thoughts manifested themselves into these dreams, but not without hard work. They need to put in the effort. And he was talking about Barnes and Edison, how Barnes really wanted to work with Edison, and how he had to push himself in order to do that. He really had to work and go after, not just give up when Edison turned him down or whatever was going on. He kept pushing it because his intention was to work with Edison. And so he kept pushing towards that until it became true. And also it talked about how, sorry, I need to put my charger in. And it talked about how people who, they have the odds stacked against them. Helen Keller being blind and still being able to write her own book and things like that, and being able to accomplish great things. Just because you have a disability, or just because you have something that may prevent you from doing something that you want to do, but because people say you can't do it, or because you have this impairment or this disability, or you just have a block in your mind, that doesn't mean that you can't accomplish it. It just means you need to find a way around it. You need to push yourself past it. All right, now to wrap this webinar up, we're going to do our last book, and then I guess we're done. So I'm going to start 5 minutes again. If anybody else has joined between now and then and doesn't understand what's going on, all you have to do is just open up a book and set an intention. So with this one, Outwitting the Devil, this is kind of an interesting title, Outwitting the Devil. Like, what's that? So obviously this is something to do with going against him. I don't know, it says the secret to freedom and success. So I assume that by reading this, or by taking the knowledge out of this, I'm going to learn the secret to freedom and the secret to success, or at least get some really good keys and ideas on it. So then what I'm going to do is set the intention. So before I do this, I want to set the intention that, I want to um, gain a greater understanding of freedom, or gain a greater understanding of success. I really enjoy freedom, so I choose that I'm going to go with gain a greater understanding of freedom. And or you could go through the table of continents and see what it says there. And then we're going to spend 5 minutes on this book, and you're going to scan it. It doesn't matter if you don't understand it. It doesn't matter if you um, if you don't think that you're understanding anything. It doesn't matter if you skip words, anything like that. The point of this is to find something that you can apply directly into your life right now. So we're going to start that then. So 5 minutes, ready, go. Excuse me. All right, the timer's up once again for the last time. Okay, so out of this book, something cool I learned was that Outwitting the Devil was made around the same time Think and Grow Rich was, but that Napoleon Hill didn't want it released until this time. Now, Think and Grow Rich became a great help during the Great Depression, really opened up a lot of people's minds, and he wanted this book released now for what we're about to face in our economy in our lifetime. So as I was going through, that just made this book a lot more interesting to me. And as I was going through, I saw that one of the most interesting things that he said, or not the most interesting, but the thing that I gained value from the most was that he said that the only limitations we have are those that we put on ourselves. Our own limitations are self-imposed. So with that being said, he's saying that any limitations that I put on myself, anything that I tell myself I can't do, is because of just that. I'm telling myself that I can't do it. And that if I want to be able to do it and I want to push past that, I need to tell myself that I can. And that I can do something. I can jump off that cliff and go skydiving or whatever. Or I can write this book, or I can do this webinar. This webinar was pretty scary for me to actually jump in and want to do. And and pushing past those limits, it's something that makes you a better person. It's something that builds character. And thank you for being here with me today. I hope you got some value out of this, and I hope you were able to apply whatever you learned today in your life. So have a great day. I'm sorry I ran a little later than I was going to, but I hope it was worth it. Bye.